time. Join in, have some fun, enjoy yourself. Yeah, man. It's my time to get on back when I'm jamming on everybody. Come celebrate with me. If you don't know me yet, don't worry, man, we gon' take a jam in a party. Who's wanna be? My time. Yeah, man. Join in the celebration. We're gonna be exercising the love. My time. Your time. We time. Yeah, man. Everyone come in. Everyone be there. Celebration again. People excited. Coming one another.
It's my time, it's your time, it's our time. Welcome to our time. My name is Jael. I'm hanging out here with Jessica along with Emil Duputa, and we're here to talk about Nature Island Adventure Tours on our time. Last weekend, we had this really amazing experience. I was accompanied by a few girlfriends, and we're gonna be sharing with you our experience. We actually did one of the tours that Emil offers, that Nature Island Adventure Tours offers, and my God, was it an experience. I almost fell a few times, but you know what? I'm a champion, and we're gonna be giving you a few clips during the course of the show of our adventure. We're gonna be speaking with Emil while he tells us why he decided to start off this Nature Island Adventure Tours when we come back right after this.
My time, your time, we time. Yeah, man. My time, your time, we time. Yeah, man.
It's my time, your time, it's our time. Welcome back. As I mentioned to you before the break, I would be joined by Emil Duputa, who's going to be talking to us a little bit. Jessica is going to be hanging out with us. Jessica, before I even get into Emil, you missed last weekend.
Yeah, I was kind of busy, but doesn't mean that I didn't regret, because you just keep telling me about how great it was.
Well, yes, it was a great experience. It was one of those experiences to make you bave.
Keep your mouth closed, in other words.
Exactly,
Correct, right?
exactly. And I'm sure once you see the footage, you're going to be baving some more.
I've seen some stuff. I mean, it's the talk of on Facebook. Everybody's talking about it. I've been meaning to get to the beach because I want to see it live. I know there's stuff going on the beach. There's stuff going on inland. So which one did you do? That's what I want to know.
Well, on the weekend, we did the ATV tours. Actually, we wanted to do both tours. But because of time and which we'll get into with Emil, he'll tell us, you have a specific time that you need to book. Yeah. And if you decide to extend one of your times, then you're going to lose out on a different experience.
You extended your time.
Well, you know us. Well, I went out. We did the ATV tours with a bunch of probably the craziest girls you'll meet in Dominica. We were a handful. I mean, the guys who were on the tour will probably tell you that we were definitely probably one of the best tours. Sorry, guys, but we were probably the best. and we had a really good time. The tour started off with, of course, we had to drive up to the site. So we drove up to the site, we packed our cars. The guys, they took our keys, we put all our keys in one car, and then the one key, we gave it to the guy, so he made sure that it was safe, our cars were safe and secure, which I appreciated, because nobody wants their stuff getting
You're out in the middle of
robbed into. Well, I cannot really tell you where we were. Emmy will tell you a little bit about the location, but the guy said to us, okay, he's gonna get us the helmets. So
safety first.
Safety was first. So he went in, he got the helmets, and nice black helmets with the NIAT.
Trust Jael to come up with the sassy picturesque part of it.
Well, you know,
so
we had to look good because I wanted to make sure I was looking good in that helmet.
Exactly.
Because the video crew was there, and I'm like, I don't want no ugly helmet. I kept looking at it, and I'm like,
you need to get some pink helmets.
Yeah.
Some
yes,
So-
you need to get some popping helmets. Because trust me, all the black helmets kind of made us look like we were in the army, we were uniform, but we didn't care. As long as makeup was on point, that's all we really cared about. You should see the other girls like Kernice and them. They were putting on their makeup, making sure their lipstick was popping. Yes, we were not
At
joking.
the end, the bavy is like in the wind.
Seriously in the wind. So we put on our helmets, and the guy said to us, Kurt, who was our guide, well, one of the guides, because we haven't had another guide with us. He said to us, we're going to do an orientation. So all along I'm thinking an orientation, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk, you know, about where we're gonna go, what to experience or whatever. So he tells us to hop on the bikes. So each of us picked our bike. Now I wanted to be in front. So I picked the bike all the way in the front. Kavya picked one to the side. The other girls picked their bikes, and he went bike by bike, and he told us how to turn on, how to switch off, asked us if we'd used a motorcycle before, if we'd been on a bike, and questions
So it's a
like
bike?
that. It's like a bike. It's like riding a scooter. Yeah. It's similar to riding a scooter, except it has 4 wheels. I mean, so if you
four-wheeler.
yeah, so if you've been on a scooter, you would actually be able to handle it just fine, except the orientation part we were not waiting for. So we get on the bike after he spoke to us about, you know, the entire thing, how to brake, how to go, how to stop, how to go neutral, how to change gears. Because one of them,
gears.
yeah, one of them was actually a manual.
So do you need a license?
Well, I would hope. We'll ask Emil. Because they knew all of us drove. So we'll ask Emil a little bit about that, because we do get on the road. Yeah. So I would expect that you would need to have a license in order to operate one of those. But he says to us, okay, start off, and we start up, and he says, follow him. So we start following him, and we go up this, you know, I'm like, because I see this little hut. Right. So I'm assuming that we're going in there to have the orientation. So I'm like, but why do we need to go this way to get to the hut? We can just walk up. He goes, no, that's your orientation. So we start driving up. It's a test. Let me tell you, if you can't drive, that's not for you.
Best you take driving lessons when you go there, because
best you have a driver's license. Best you just have a driver's license when you go there. And you have to be someone who is willing to be adventurous, who's willing to explore, who's not afraid to get dirty, because trust me, I had mud all over me, not from me falling off or anything, it's just from the wheels, because the mud was wet, so the wheels would kick back up mud, so it came flying all across, like all over. It hit my helmet, it hit like all over. They tell you wear sunglasses, I know why, because the person in front of you kicks up mud as well, and it could hit your eyes. So wearing glasses was, of course, I mean, they gave us all the rules, you know, the fact that we needed to wear full long pants and not sexy tights, as much as all of us wanted to wear pum pum shorts.
That would be interesting on video.
Well, you know what? Most of us are, you know, we're not too bad, right, Emil?
Exactly.
We're not too bad, so we wanted to look a little.
Yeah, eye candy.
And you understand, we wanted to look a little sexy. So we were told that, unfortunately, that we had to wear pants. So the girls,
opposed to not wearing pants.
as opposed to wearing shorts or short shorts or probably tights. So we were told,
So
you know,
get bougie.
exactly. So we wore pants. I wore jeans because my fear was that if I fall, I didn't want any twigs or any branches to kind of poke me. So
scratch those nice legs that you just shaved and waxed and whatever you all do.
So we got on the trail. No, Calvia was ahead of me because she poked her way ahead of me, and she's going, and Calvia's a driver. Eh? I tell you straight up, she was the only one who didn't get stuck the entire orientation time. She was ahead and she was going, and we had the other, like, I got stuck first. Now my bike apparently wasn't warm enough, so it shut down on me. So I had to restart, and I had to remember all what he said to me, and he's coming down to help me, and I'm restarting. It was so exciting though, because I was like, what do I do? I stop, oh my. And he's like, I'm coming, don't worry, Jael. It's probably not warm enough, you know. So eventually I got back on. You're looking at me like, she's looking at me like, I don't think I could do it.
I can see this short Jael, short and cute, literally standing up on the bike, butt in the air, trying to, come on, let's go.
I did, and I was the only one that had a horn. So I was honking, let's go. I was actually...
Trust them to give you the noisiest one.
They did give me, and every time we'd pass people on the road, I'd be beep, beep. I'd be honking away. So we get through this, it's probably like it's supposed to be like 2 minutes, but it probably took us about 10 minutes to get through it because we're not familiar with the course. And at the same time, it's very muddy. Very extreme. I guess it rained the night before, so it was extremely muddy, and your wheels can slide. So the wheels would slide down, and you're not familiar with it, so you're going. I mean, I rode bikes before, so I kind of sort of knew, but still, you just have this big thing, and you're trying to control, and you're going through this track, and you're following this guy that is leading you. You wondering, where is he going? Because I thought we were going somewhere. So then, when we're finally done the orientation, and he's like, yeah, so y'all passed your orientation. I was like, okay, cool. And then we got on the actual tour. We started the actual tour. It was, we had, I think, 5 bikes. I think we utilized 5 bikes, and we got on, and the tour took us from Shawford to Coptall, up to Wharton Waven, and around. We did a full circle.
That's quite a nice
back to Shawford. Now, the tour's supposed to last a certain amount of time, but all of us like to ride fast. So we were, let me tell you, riding, and the guy, the tour Kurt, I had to keep honking him and like, move up, like you want me. And we kept asking.
My mother would say, "Yeah, concrete on your foot."
Yes, we kept saying to him, bring us on a rougher path. We want a rougher, because we really wanted to be bouncing all over the place, which is why we absolutely enjoyed the orientation. Like, I wish the track or the tour had a little bit more of the orientation part of it, but probably with gravel, you know, different terrains. And we went up through. Well, if you're a tourist or if you're somebody who's exploring Dominica for the first time, it's a great opportunity. For us, it was an adventure. We just wanted to see one bikes, so that was what it was for us. And they actually bring you through to the Wharton Waven. You got to visit the sulfur pit, and the guy really knows his stuff. So he's there trying to tell us, and I'm just like, can we go back on the bikes? And he's like, but yeah. I was like, we just want to ride.
So, I mean, how did you pick this trail? I mean, this is a unique trail.
Yeah.
But towards the valley, we always think about Trafalgar Falls. We think about Sulphur Springs, Boiling Lake, that kind of thing. Milham Falls. This trail is right in the heart of all of that.
Yeah.
What made you think of that area?
Okay, well, the thing is, I live in that area. Okay. And then because I have moved around there so much, I just thought it's something I always, anybody who comes to Dominica, and I take them out, I tell them, come, let's go see my backyard. And then everything is right there in my backyard. Loda is right there, Trafalgar is right there, Wharton Waven, you know, so it's a nice little tour. Okay. So I just thought it would be nice for the tourists, instead of getting on a bus sometimes or whatever it is, that they have the open air to them and everything, and then they could do that little tour on and off the main road, and then, you know, something that they would love. And then so far, people have been really taking on to it. But as Jael was saying, in terms of the off-road, we are doing our off-road track as we speak at Pocassi. Okay. So we have that option.
That's going to be more rugged.
Yeah. In about 2 more weeks. Okay. We'll be done. I was up there on Saturday, and the guys
coming along.
Yeah, they've done something pretty good up there. So it will be totally off-road. So instead of getting muddy, dirty, bumpy, everything that Jael is asking about, we will definitely have that.
I want all of that. Let me tell you, I thought I was gonna.
Have been asking for just totally off-road, that they come off the ship and they get dirty. They want that.
I want it to get dirtier. That little bit of mud that fly up during the
crossing 2 rivers and everything.
Oh my gosh, I was just like ready for that, and that's what I thought I was going to get. I did enjoy the tour because let me tell you, I was standing up for most of the way, riding like a pro.
Obviously, with the mud, if it rains the night before or the day of, it's even better. That makes your go even better.
Well, surprisingly, it rained while we were on the tour, nice. And we were just like, let it rain. We wanted more and more rain.
But I mean, that's one of the things I know from my past when I used to work with the cruise ships and stuff. They would come off a boat and they would think, oh God, it's raining, there goes our tour. But in this case, nothing's going to stop it unless it's actually a storm passing through.
Maybe some hurricane or something.
Exactly.
Nothing would stop
We have ponchos for the people who
they did ask us if we wanted ponchos. We were like, no, we want to get wet. We want to get wet.
So we have all of that. The only thing, we will supply sunshades, as Jael was saying, in the future.
Tinted glassware.
And the reason why we ask people to bring their own sunshades is because people are very particular about hygiene.
It's a personal effect.
Right.
And then
so
some people need
to wear the same thing that somebody else wore, or somebody might have some eye.
I even had issues with the helmet, so for crying out loud, you know.
But it's either that or you get the shaded helmets, the ones that you just, so if they actually wear glasses.
We have the what they
the
call
visors?
the German helmets.
Right.
That's what we use.
Okay.
So we have sufficient for everybody.
But how large is a group?
On the ATVs.
Last week we accommodated a group of 18 people.
18. Okay. Not bad.
And you can double up because a few of us doubled up because one of the girls, she wasn't sure if she wanted to drive.
So couples, for instance, guy,
it's a great experience.
For
you
guy
and
girl, you can switch up and have some fun. Mind you, I'm sure the men would hug it.
You'd be surprised.
6 ATVs and 6 dune buggies.
Okay, what's the difference between a dune buggy and
an
ATV?
Are side by side.
Okay.
So you sit next to your partner.
Okay. And it feels like a race car.
Yeah.
Tammy, who was on that one, she goes, boy, it feels like I'm driving a race car. And she was like zooming and zooming. Nice. Like it looked like a lot of fun. I mean,
the dune buggies have a special transmission. It's like a manual but with no clutch.
Okay.
So you could change without you could shift actually without a clutch.
Okay.
So it's very nice, and it comes with a small enough engine that you do not end up doing crazy stuff.
Do you flip, turn sideways? Do you actually can you fall, or does it fall? Like
you can fall.
You can fall. That's why we try to keep the tour as a guided tour.
Right.
So we have a guide in the front and a
guy in the back,
so that they can
that makes sense.
The people on the tour in check.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah, but you can fall because we had an experience where one of the ATVs went up.
Oh, yes,
all the way up in the air, we should probably see it went all the way up, and the cameraman was on that one.
Yeah, they did a wheelie.
And it wasn't like planned, or because sometimes you can be adventurous and you want to throw those wheels up in the air. I did one too. I did a wheelie, but I did one because I wanted to do a wheelie. But that one actually went up in the air, and it was kind of scary. Yeah. But surprisingly, nothing happened. Because she had her helmet, and everything was it was absolutely safe. The guy came, he assisted, got her back on. There was an issue though because I suspected that they didn't do the right weight because it was a lighter one of the ATVs, so they needed a smaller person, not really a smaller but less weight, and there was 2 of them, so 2 of them, exactly. So then the camera guy came.
Orientation, right?
No, that was when we were leaving from the site, going down the track, and then to hit the main road. So there was a point right there. It was the oddest place though. It was absolutely the oddest place. Like you didn't expect to have that happened there because I went through, Kavya went through, and then the next ATV coming up had the little mishap. But Emil, for you, what really inspired you to get into that business?
Well, you see, I'm an adventure person, an adrenaline sort of person.
You're a junkie.
Since I was growing up, anything to do with adrenaline, that's what I love. So surfing, roller skates, doing crazy things on bicycles, skateboard.
motorcycles, you name it. I just love these things. I love adventure. So, from riding motorcycles, I started doing the ATVs and dune buggies. I used to have a dune buggy. And then I decided to phase away from motorcycles because my kids would always be worried about when I go out and what happens to me and that sort of thing. So I got rid of my dune buggy and I got an ATV from Miami. And from the time I got that ATV, I was like, wow, that's some real fun. I felt like I was 16 again and I was all over the place.
Emil, you feel like you're 16 every day.
So I've been traveling to the other islands and noticed they have all these ATV tours. And they used to have one down here and I was like, what's going on? Why haven't that been going on anymore? Then I started speaking to my good friends at Whitchurch, Jason and Damien and Connie at Whitchurch and that sort of thing, and telling them, look, I'm interested in doing this. And they were like, yes, get it, because look, this has been a void for the longest while.
And the cruise ships, they ask for it.
Yeah.
And the people who used to have it, they don't have it anymore. And the cruise ships keep asking for it. Then I started getting into further discussion with them and they told me, look, our tours down here, the cruise ships are starting to be concerned about the tours that we offer because
they're a little boring, for lack of a better word.
I don't really want to say that.
They are a little boring.
Because the other islands as well don't have the kind of terrain we have, that adventurous feel when you arrive on island.
When they come to an island, there's something
and not just something to do, something unique to the island.
I heard Jael saying a while ago that she's going to some other island for something. There's something going on in that island.
You want to be known for something.
Wants to go to Dominica, you go to Disney World for what? To do something.
To Mickey Mouse.
Exactly.
So all the activities
to go on rides
that take place here. So nobody wants to come to Dominica for a week or 2 weeks or even a day and just sit there.
And we don't have the beach aspect of it.
Yeah.
There's some people who might want to go take a drink at one of the places outside or whatever it is, but there are a lot of other people who want to go out and get some adventure and get something to do.
And there's a younger demographic that are out now who are going out there. They're the ones doing the diving, the snorkeling, the hiking, and so it's about the physicality of being out there and truly experiencing, as opposed
the people
to
who come here to
lay
dive,
back and
they
relax.
come here, they dive for what, 3 days, 4 days, and they have 2 extra days. They want something to do.
You want to do something in between.
You know, so now they have something different to do. So it really complements the tours that we already have. So you want to do this, that, here's something else that you can do.
Yeah.
So it is something that we could add. And then for this business has been in the making for over 4 years now. And Mr. Ed used to call me personally. I mean, what's going on in the tours? We need these tours. The ships are asking for it, whatever it is. So we finally got everything set up. We were making all little baby steps. I got 1 ATV, then 2. Then I started getting another one, and then it was a lot of back and forth.
You had to creep before.
But now we have
enough.
Yeah, we have some now. We're going to keep introducing other things, obviously. So
which I expect, because it's called a tour. It's an adventure tour, so I would expect you to introduce new things.
That's where I got intrigued with the ATVs and dune buggies and so on. So we decided to put that, because St. Lucia there's this guy in St. Lucia who has 40 dune buggies.
Oh my gosh.
And they are out every day.
Wow.
Every day. All of them are out on tour.
Wow.
Right?
If you had 40 though, how many tour guides would you have to have with
6.
You have 6.
We have 6. So
do you find you get booked rather quickly for tours?
It's really picking up now. So we getting a lot of people now. We just got permission from Mr. Badwell of the DASPA so that we can set up a little, introductory tent on the bayfront to introduce it to the cruise ships. We have the tour operators selling it for us right now, and DDA is quite happy. Discover Dominica is quite happy that they have that new tour now.
It's a feature. It's a new feature that they can offer to
the cruise ships.
And normally, I mean, with all the boats coming in this season, you start at the right time, because the excursions managers will come on island. They'll experience it for themselves. Like, we're doing this. Sign us up.
We have had 2 sets of ships already come. The excursion managers.
That's great.
They've come to do it, and they are the ones who've asked for a little more off-road. One of the ships said, perfect.
Yeah.
They take
But we
that.
wanna get
So
dirty.
one said they want to get a little more dirty, so that's why we're setting up the other track.
I'm sure a lot of them came from Canada. The Canadians always want to
Well,
get dirty.
Actually, so far it's been the European.
Really, the
trips,
European.
yeah.
They're very adventurous.
Yeah.
They are. They are.
Now, how much does it cost for these stores? Because, well, we've been talking mostly about the ATV because we didn't really get to
Right.
experience the flyboarding, but we'll touch a little bit on that,
Yeah.
and we'll probably have a few videos in there to show you. But how much does it cost for something like that? Because for me, I'm a local, and I want that experience just as much as the person's coming off of the cruise ship.
Right.
And I want something that is also affordable. Is there a specific local rate versus a
Definitely.
cruise ship rate? And what are the perks? You know,
Okay. For the cruise ship rates, for the ATVs and dune buggies are $150 per person. So if you have one person in front, one person at the back, that's two people, right? You have somebody side by side on the dune buggy, you pay for two people. Those are the rates that everyone else in all of the other islands share. So we have
kept
matched
that.
those rates, and that's the rates we have to offer to the cruise ships. So the cruise ships will not see it that we are undercutting them or anything like that. So
Or high
it is going to be
volume,
sold at that rate to the cruise ship, or anybody coming off the cruise ships will have to pay that rate, right?
Okay.
Some people may find, what? All that money for whatever to and so on, but those are the rates. We have to, Dominica is in competition with the other islands, Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Martin, whatever it is, so we cannot drop our price for, because it is a Dominica thing.
Yes.
However, as Jael is saying, for the local rate, right?
Hold on that local rate because I want everybody to hang on to their seats because I know what the local rate is. I think what we need to do is go to a break.
yes, we
And
do.
when we get back, then let's let everybody know what the local rate is. Because guess what? Long weekend's coming up. You have a long weekend, you have a holiday coming up,
The summer,
vacation in your in your country, and enjoy what
A
we have to
staycation,
offer.
eh?
A staycation. So after this break,
we're coming right back.
My time, your time, we time. Yeah, man.
Be part of the excitement. Tune in to the Tiny Green Show every other Monday on Digicel Play TV, Channel 3.
My time, your time, we time. Yeah, man.
It's my time, your time. Welcome back to our time. We're here with Emil Duputa, and we're talking about cost and how much locals can expect to pay for any of the Nature Island adventure tours.
for a wild ride.
For a while, right?
Okay, so the US rate, we just do it like a dollar for dollar
Okay.
conversion. So 150 US, then it would be 150 EC.
Okay.
125 US, 125 EC, and that sort of thing. right?
So, but there are promotions right now.
But we've started because we kind of came in the middle of the
Carnival
cruise ship
season.
tourist season, if you want to put it that way.
I feel an
And
introductory
we do not
rates.
really have bookings with the cruise ships per se.
Right.
Because it's sort of you're just trying it out
Right,
now. It's
right.
it's
So
in
we
its
get
trial
our feet
phases.
wet. We have decided to put on our early off-season specials.
Early
and
bird
we have-
catches the worm.
Yep, we have our early off-season specials until the end of August, and that is only for 85 EC
Wow.
per person. Right?
Wow.
On
Wow.
That is on the ATVs and dune buggies.
That is amazing.
So you get the entire tour for 85
EC dollars.
No, mind you, like all tours, are we doing the same thing? I mean, you have family come down that's visiting and whatnot, and they bring them out. Are we doing it and calling this a resident special?
Yeah.
Resident special.
Yeah, so we keep it that way.
Okay.
So if we get, like last week we got a tour from the cruise ship, they pay the
They pay
The
the
regular
regular
rates.
rate.
Yeah,
Okay.
they pay the regular
Yeah.
rates.
Okay.
So if you have anybody coming in here, you have some people who came down for some conference.
That's their
or
rate,
whatever
is
it
the
then
150
they have
US.
yeah. We have to keep it that way, because you see, we do not want to cause any distress or damage to our tourism industry or cruise ship
Yeah,
industry.
yeah.
Because the ship wants to know that the price that they sell it for
Is the price that everybody
right,
gets. Yeah.
is the price that
Yeah.
everybody gets. Otherwise, we're
It's
going to
only
get
fair.
people saying, you know what, keep your tour for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's not
what we want.
really want.
But that is not all. You don't only offer the ATV tours. You also do the flyboarding
Yep.
and the jet skis.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the two of them, because they're both water adventures. You have to be a swimmer, I assume. So you have to be able to swim
Yes.
first. Tell us a little bit about those
Okay, well,
tours.
you need to be able to swim, but you do not really have to be a pro swimmer. The life jackets that we use are very buoyant, and also the flyboard, the connection for the flyboard on your feet is also very buoyant. So
Okay.
even if you fall, you're going to float,
Okay.
as long as you're hooked up to it. You're not going to sink at all,
Okay.
right? So we have had people who cannot swim try
Try it out.
Yeah.
Just
As
to
long as
try
you
it
have
out,
your
just to see,
safety harness
and they feel
on.
comfortable, but it's not something that we're going to encourage at all. You cannot swim, we prefer learn to swim, and then you come back to do it, because you never know what can happen. The flyboard, you also need a helmet. You need a life jacket, a proper life jacket, not any little Mickey Mouse life jacket.
But you can wear your pom pom shorts for that one, right?
Definitely.
We came yesterday for
Yeah, Jael was ready for
Ooh,
that.
I was ready. Yeah, let me tell you, I was ready. But unfortunately, because of time,
Yeah.
we could not get to experience
Yeah,
that. So
because
you
we
have to also.
We have to pull up by 6 o'clock. We need to be out of the water.
So if
Yeah,
you're booking
that makes
for
sense.
the actual water sport or the water adventure,
Yeah.
you need to book by what time? What is the
we are available.
Oh, have your
last
time.
tour. Last tour. of
your
the
last tour of the day? Yeah.
Last tour 5:30.
5:30.
So you take the last tour will end at 5:30.
Yeah.
So you'd have to schedule that by like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, before that.
By 4
Yeah.
o'clock to.
And that
to
would be
get-
that'd be a walk-in booking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're down there from 10 a.m. We're down at Castaways Beach in Miro.
Okay.
And that's where all the excitement has been for a while. The flyboard adventure is something totally new, worldwide.
Yeah.
It's something that was invented by, I think his name is Frank Zapata. He's an Italian guy, if I'm not mistaken. But he invented that whole contraption, right, for the power from
The water
jet ski
pressure.
to come through your feet, actually. And then that has been introduced about 4 or 5 years ago. And from that time, I mean, we were speaking about it on the break a little while ago. Somebody had sent it to me on Facebook a few years ago, and from the time I saw it, I was like, I want one like that.
Mr. Daredevil.
Yeah,
I wanna
just
fly.
saw that. I said, I want one like that. I just want that. I wanted it for me, right? And then I started checking on it, and so I said, they're starting to offer it in Miami and all of these places now for tourists, for
Yeah.
visitors and different things. I said, oh, that would be a good business
Yeah.
to get into. And then I started doing the research on it, and then I went to the manufacturers of it, and then they had it for one price, and suddenly after a year, the price went down by half.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. So, but the price was very attractive. But
Yeah.
then there was a catch to it, that you had to buy a jet ski with
That's
it.
okay. You like that too.
You like that too,
I
right?
like that too, but then there goes the price from here to
Back to
here,
there.
You know, so it was all
There was a process.
that had to be worked out and everything like that, you know. But people wanted it. From the time I showed it to other people who would invest in it in terms of the banks and different things like that,
Yeah.
everybody was like, okay, we sold on just that.
Yeah.
So they were asking questions about the ATVs and different things. But then from the time they saw that, because I presented it with a video and everything, they were like, wow, that would just sell it right there. But it's something very adventurous. We did training. That is Tiana, who is one of our staff members, and then also myself, we went up to Miami to get trained on it, because they wouldn't just sell it to you without training and everything.
That makes sense.
So Tiana is certified to be an operator with it, and then she then trains
other people,
staff members and everybody else. So you have to go through a whole orientation and training before you just go onto the Flyboard.
So you decided, so you pretty much decided to introduce your hobbies to us, but you're just talking about having something at Castaways and having something at Shawford. How do you manage the two of them?
Well, that's the magic where my sister Blanche comes in, because Blanche is the one that really runs everything. So Blanche right now, you'll see Blanche in her little jeans and t-shirt like what I have on and so on. She's going back and forth. But we have some, I must say, quite capable staff. Right,
I find them very responsible, because trust me, you know, I can make you do whatever I want you to do. and he had he was in control the entire tour.
They are very much in control, and they are very professional. They're young, but they're very professional. Tiana is very professional. We have Nichols, we have Kurt, who you all went out with. We have Sean, who is our in-house mechanic, if you want to put it that way. So he's on top of everything. Dune buggy is not working, Sean comes and he fixes it on site. He's well knowledgeable on the ATVs, the jet ski is giving a little pop, he will come and then he will check it out. Okay, a plug needs to change, prop, and get it done. So we made sure that we have a well-versed staff who love what they do, so they're not working, they're actually playing. they're that happy. So they like, I had a picture on my phone they sent me a little while ago. We told them, okay, you all work Saturday, Sunday, take today off, because there were just 2 little ships in port, and they worked the entire weekend. And then I'm getting a picture from another staff member of mine. They're still at work sleeping on the floor. You know, because it's like they just don't want to go home. They want to be part of it all the time.
So you hiring?
That's how much they love it.
You can enjoy, so when you go to work, enjoy your job.
You can enjoy your job.
Great.
Fun on the job.
You don't work a day in your life. You know, once you love what you do. So we have, so far, 6 permanent staff members and 6 part-time. So on weekends we have to get more. So that is just the beginning. When we start to get up all our contracts and that sort of thing, we will definitely be employing more people. But it's fun. We have also the jet ski adventure, which people have been buying to that. People are just eating that up.
I can imagine.
Wants jet ski. So the people who do not want to do flyboard, they do jet skis. So we at Mero Beach, Castaways Beach, they also get an orientation. Do not come close to the shore, do not come when the people are swimming and everything like that. So because we know people get bored, right? Because soon Jael will say ATV are not.
I'm not in that. Pretty soon I will.
Or she will say jet ski, I did that 10 times already, I'm not interested in that. We are going to continue to introduce little things like every couple of weeks. So we started off with the flyboard and we didn't have a jet ski. So after about 2 months of having just the flyboard, we introduced jet ski just last week.
You mentioned incorporating new interesting things. Will the routes change occasionally? Because we had an idea, and I'm sure your staff probably ran that idea by you, but we wanted a private tour. So are those available?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so if I wanted a private, if I had a route.
A tour just for you. So you decide, okay, I have a group of friends, we want to go down on the West Coast, whatever it is, we can organize that for you.
Don't sell out our business, okay?
But we can organize.
But you can tailor an adventure.
There are a lot of trails in Dominica, and if anybody listening out there knows of any old trails or whatever it is that they want to talk to us about, they could give us a call, and then we could check out that trail so that we could introduce it to other people. Once it's a nice long trail, like somebody brought me up to Bellevue. Wow, there's some beautiful trails.
Bellevue has some good trails. I think that's where the original ATV tour was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was in Bellevue, but it's the one that I went on was away from
away from that area. Okay.
But it's very, very nice. There's a trail going from Bellevue and it almost gets to Girardel.
Okay.
Right,
that's
so
a good bit up,
and there's one in Collyho that comes out on some other end of the island. So any tours, because all of these things, what they will create is employment. You have people with bars or whatever it is around there. They could sell water and different things, you know.
Not just water, eh?
Yeah. And then there
not just water.
also guides who we could employ from
from those areas. And it will make it easier, so you know you have a tour coming that way. You can simply send one person.
I mean, the market is open. It's not a thing where this is only for Nature Island Adventure Tours or ML, because I mean other people will get into it because they have their own trail or whatever it is. And I mean, that's great.
But you're starting it off for us all here.
Yeah.
You're starting it off.
And if somebody decides they want to buy it, hey.
It's for sale. It's always for sale, eh?
So the options are endless. The weekend is coming up. That means book your flyboard, book your jet ski, book your
ATV,
buggy, your
we've had to be
ATV.
turning away a lot of people. As
Well,
Yeah,
on when we actually were there, they actually turned down a few people who came in.
So call ahead of time.
Yes.
Call ahead of time. Make a booking. How many tours can you do in a day up on the track for the ATV and dune buggy?
When we checked it out, we could do 3 tours per day.
3 excursions.
Yeah.
So you have 3 excursions. That about how many people can book to go out on the flyboard?
On the flyboard,
Considering orientation and training and
you
stuff.
could book really if you really badly off. If you're really badly off in terms of balancing and so on, it
That would be me.
should still take you about 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, to get up there?
To start to hover.
Okay.
Really?
And you have to
And
be
when
really badly off.
when
But
you
if
go
you're
on,
okay,
how much time does that buy you on the water?
20 minutes? About 20 minutes, right?
what's that? For
the flyboarding.
The flyboard is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
$85
Jet ski is
introductory
30 minutes,
offer.
The flyboard 20 minutes.
Okay. And your introductory offer,
But a lot of people
$85.
think 20 minutes that's not enough.
20 minutes is not enough.
That is a long time.
20 minutes is honestly.
Imagine
We were
drinking
on-
seawater for 20 minutes.
we were I don't think that's a lot of time. I don't think I don't think it's a lot of
When you
time.
try it out, you'll see, because you're going to be falling. You're not going to be up all the time, so you're going to be falling, and when you're falling, seawater goes up in your nose, it goes in your mouth, and that sort of thing. And it
So
really,
it feels longer.
Yes, it feels like a long.
Are we
long
done
time.
yet? But it's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.
When you start getting up, everybody who has gotten up so far and they start to hover, they love it. They want to come back.
that's the
Everybody.
point, right? Get them coming
exactly.
back.
This guy told me we should have 5 of those because he's going to be doing that every single weekend. You know, but
And
we're
you
going
said
to
you said in due course, right?
yeah.
In due course.
We're going to be introducing more. We're going to have water trikes. We're going to have.
Yes, so you'll have to be providing financial aid for those of us who want to. For those of us who want to.
Dealership, adventure.
Nature Island Adventure Tours, financial aid.
Toys.
Financial
The
aid.
toys,
But something I
adventure
told
toys.
people, I know we have to end, but something I told people, and everybody found that was crazy. I told people that I wanted to do a zip line. My dream is to do a zip line from Mount Prosper Ridge to by my home. And I live at Shore.
That would be super califragilisticexpialidocious.
They told me I am mad, that cannot happen.
It can happen.
And I got one from Switzerland, I think it was, where there is a zip line even longer than that.
Oh my God.
Right? And where you actually see 2 waterfalls. And from Wattenwaven to my house, you can actually see the Trafalgar Falls as you're going across. So I was told that it can be done, and I will be doing it soon, inviting people to that. So look out for that.
He said it on our time. Okay.
You heard it first.
You heard it first.
Yes.
He said it, so that means that he's coming back.
Yes,
Definitely.
he will be back with us. Emil, I want to say thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thank you for opening up a new style of entertainment, because it is entertainment, a new type of entertainment here in Dominica.
This weekend.
I had a lot of fun, and you will be seeing us again. You know, well, I think we've already booked our next time. But we want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back on another show.
Yep.
It's your time, it's my time.
See you next time. Our time.
Yeah, man. Celebration time. Join in, have some fun, enjoy yourself. Yeah, man. Hey, it's my time to get on back when I jam in on everybody. Come celebrate with me. If you don't know me yet, don't worry, man, we gon' take a jam in a party. Put one on me. Yeah, man, join in the celebration. We're gonna be exercising the love. My time. Everyone keep caring. Celebration again. People excited.